to the car, but this we can see that it's higher and there are more wings to the side. There's wings and a big wing on the top as well. And then there's What's up, LEGO fans? And today I'm back with 3 different sets and the set number of 42171, and that's the Mercedes one that we already reviewed in our other video. And we have the second set, 42207, which is the red one over here. And we have the last set that we're gonna review in this video, which is 42206. So thanks to the LEGO group for sponsoring this video and giving us these 2 sets, and of course again this is the one that we reviewed. So without further ado, let's get into the review right now. So here with the 3 sets, let's just talk about the Ferrari first, and that Ferrari set is 42207. And from the noticeable features that we can see, of course, on the second generation F1 cars, is that the front area is kind of slimmer from comparing to the first generation and the second generation of LEGO F1 cars. And we can see that nothing much. I think it's pretty similar. Yeah, it's pretty similar. And let's just take a look at the engine bay, and this is pretty similar. We pull it out. Let's move the car aside. Here we can see that the engine bay big, and we can see the 6 cylinders of this engine. And once we move the car around, it will actually start spinning the. We don't have enough space, so we can just spin the gear. Can you see it? Okay, nice. So the engines or the pistons are moving. Pistons are moving just like how in a real car would, and it's supplying power to the car, to the F1 car. So going back to the let's go to the back. So going to the back, we can see that it's slightly different than in the Mercedes. In the Mercedes, it's kind of more boxed and it's kind of lower to the car, but this we can see that it's higher and there are more wings to the side. There's wings and a big wing on the top as well. And then there's a normal backlight for braking, just like in a normal car, yeah, of course. And then moving to the middle, which is we got the driver area. So normally, it's as in all F1 cars in standard now, there is a protective gear for the drivers in case they get into a crash. It can save their life. And they have the Ferrari logo as well here. Ferrari logo, and then more sponsors. And then one thing I noticed about the newer generation of F1 cars is that they've got more branding sponsors on all over their car compared to the Mercedes car. The Mercedes car, the wheels didn't have sponsors, but this one clearly see that there are sponsors here. And then going to the front, there is a massive front splitter, front diffuser. So very nice touch, and the length and width is the same for the old Mercedes car, or for the for the first generation Mercedes car, yeah. And then moving on to the second. Oh, keep in mind that all of the F1 cars, they have active suspension, so it's really nice. And then moving on to the next car, which is this one right here, is the Oracle Red Bull Racing RB20. RB20 is the engine, and that's the F1 car. Set number of 42206. We can see that pretty similar, but the key feature is that now it has these mirrors, I'd say. These mirrors. The previous F1 car didn't have, or had different types of mirrors. It didn't have elongated stretch mirrors like these. Maybe these are for aerodynamics. Who knows? But going to the front, let's front this time. It's pretty similar build. Nice big front splitter, and then there is a long nose. Still same active suspension, and then different sponsors all around. There's Hard Rock here now, and then in the wheels too we have different sponsors. And for this car, instead of Ferrari, it's sponsored by Red Bull and Oracle, owned by Oracle, sponsored by Red Bull. So you can see the big Red Bull logo, and of course their signature bowl logo. And for this car too, we can also open the engine bay. And the engine bay for all three cars, or the engine for all three cars, are slightly different. And this one is also slightly different. So this one is, there are like rails. There are rails covering the engine. So maybe because it's an RB20 engine, needs more rails, more structure, something like that. And then same features, we can spin or we can move the car, and then it will start spinning the 6 cylinders inside the car. So like that, like so. We don't have enough space, so let's just spin it like that. Here, oh, okay, perfect. So you can spin the car and it'll start going like an engine. Very nice. And then putting back the engine cover. So on all three cars actually, except for the Mercedes, the engine bay kind of sits nicely, and it's kind of tight, but it's not pinned to anything. So it's really easy to take out, and maybe for those who have children, they can watch out for their children because they might take the cover off, because it's really to take out. It's really easy to take out, but it's still kind of sturdy. So going back, this time we have different rear lights. So on the Red Bull car, on the Oracle car, F1 car, we have like more warning sign, more warning light, brake lights, yeah, brake lights on the side as well, to notify other drivers that the F1 car is braking. So slightly different than that. The wing also looks slightly different. It's shorter and it looks more boxy overall. Okay, going to the last Mercedes car, we're just going to give a quick overview of the previous generation car, as we already did in our last review. So here, overall, since it's the first generation of LEGO Mercedes F1 car, or LEGO F1 car, we can see that there are noticeable differences, of course. First being the mirrors. The mirrors are actual mirrors now. They have details and they have stickers that show that they are mirrors. So over here. And we can see that in the driver's bay, the protection for the driver is very thin as compared to the other cars, which are very thick. Like so. So more, I'd say more price, or more parts. More parts, not more price, more parts. And then the same for all of the cars. They can be turned around, they can be moved and played around with by the steering. They can play the steering. So the steering can be played around with, can be manipulated with. So the steering can be done. But F1 cars or LEGO cars turning are very horrendous, so just watch out for that. The build looks more solid. And then for the engine bay, let's just quickly go to the engine bay. This is the most different out of the three. So let's just put it down real quick. Yes. Okay. So here we have a transparent engine. So we can, of course, just move the car and then it will start moving the cylinders. Okay, perfect. There you go. And I think that's it for this review. And that'll wrap it up for today's review of these three sets. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And share us your thoughts with the comments below. You guys can say anything that comes to your mind. Maybe the car too expensive, or maybe they're too cheap. Depends on what your guys' budgets are. And of course, tell us what you like about them and what you dislike about them. So that's all for today. Indobrickville signing out. Thank you.